Hey all, Janice here from Caribbean Garden Life. It has been a busy couple of weeks work-wise, which means I have neglected the garden. We are now in October. The weather is getting cooler, so it's a great opportunity now for me to go in the garden, start planting up some crops that will thrive a little bit more in the cooler, in the less heat. So follow me as I do that today. Now I say cooler, but the heat has, which I'm welcome, but the heat has really done a number on some of my plants, especially tomatoes. We've had heat, we've had wind, which has really dried the garden up. So I have taken the past couple of weeks to really prep the beds. Anytime I've got a bit of spare time to prep the bed. As you can see, I've prepped the beds here. I don't know if you can see this, but I bought a blueberry and I had the worst time with this blueberry. I'm keeping it in the pot because I'm just quietly optimistic that something will happen, but it literally died within days of me getting it, despite trying to give it some TLC. But as you can see, the beds are ready here. These beds are ready here. I've still got my grow bags, still thriving very well. I took some time really I had a devil's own job, as I said, if you've seen the previous videos, where I talk about squash and the issues I have with squash, from powdery mildew to the bugs. So I have been covering over. I've tried again. Never say die. So this is my cucumber. You can't see it, but it's doing really, really well just covered over. So I'm going to have to give it a check. And I also have some patty pan squash, which is my third attempt at growing. But it went the same way as all the other squashes. And the other thing I did this yesterday, was actually move my sweet potatoes. Now, I did a sweet potato harvest video quite recently, and I was really, really disappointed what I got. So I've moved the bed because I realised the soil wasn't loose enough, and I had some great feedback on that, so thank you. So I had quite a few seedlings popping up. So I've moved it to somewhere that's a little bit more looser. I'm also growing them in a couple of bags, to be honest, with peppers, because these grow below ground and the peppers grow above ground. So I thought I'd experiment with trying to see if they could live side by side. So you see here, got some peppers here, poblano peppers, and I have sweet potato. So I'm going to try that. But right now, so today what I'm going to do, I'm going to be, sorry, that's the dog in the background. I'm going to be growing some rapini, so like broccoli rabe. I've got a couple of broccoli seedlings to put out. I'm going to have a go at growing my squash again. So never say die. This gardening game is all about trial and error. It's all about what you can learn. And I'm going to take the same process I've done, where I've covered over with some garden, the fleecy stuff that you put over the garden to protect it. You know what I mean. I'm going to do the same process, going to grow it in bag, because they were growing. But like I said, they just got powdery mildew. I lost the fight with that. I got a lot of bugs, and now it's time to try again. So more green beans. Tomato seedlings, probably because, again, I planted some during the heat and it was a little bit too hot. They didn't thrive as well, but never say die. As I said, this gardening game is all about trial and error, and it's all about learning from what you did before and how you can change it to get better results. So follow me, stick with me. As you can see, I have my guards on the outside. That's our new dog, Brownie, our new stray. Brownie, don't be so shy. But he's just settling in very nicely with the other girls, and there's one more, so we're up to a complement of 5 right now. That was never ever the plan, but they work, they do the job, and yeah, they're guarding me right now. I'm not doing the best job of it, a bit tired, but there you go. So the first seeds are planted. Here I planted some more green beans. I have a couple of plants here, bush beans, but I lost a couple earlier on. Again, heat and rain, all the intermittent weather. So I planted a couple more here, so it helps my succession harvesting. And then if you look over here, I've got some plastic tops. Now, why am I using plastic covers? Well, there are end of bottles, which my neighbour kind of donated to me, and I use them for various things. One, to grow plants in, but they also make great cloches or cover-offs that protect the plants, the young plants that are coming through. So I've got some spaghetti squash here. It acts as a marker, and it also protects from the butterflies that lay their eggs on squashes. And as they get bigger, then I will look at how I protect them further using some of the shade cloth or garden fabric. Now, activities got stopped a bit because we just had a huge rainfall, and it's still raining. And yes, I don't mind being out in the rain, but I don't want to get soaked. But it's most welcome because we just don't have enough of it. Literally just don't have enough of it. And you can see my water system. Oh, I'm losing water. Look, I hate this. This is my overflow for the garden. So I will just put a bucket. Oops. Oh, and she lost all the water she just collected. Just trying to grab as much of the water for the overflow, because this is what sorts my garden out. That's what I use in the garden. So everything you've seen behind the scenes of what it's like to garden in the Caribbean. So yeah, glad for that. Definitely glad for that. Buckets everywhere, catching water everywhere. Back to gardening. The weather really is playing havoc with me today. We have another shower. I'm getting a little bit wet. I'm standing under the coconut tree. I don't know if you can see. Well, you can't see. I'll show you. I'm standing under the coconut tree to get a bit of shelter, but it's too wet for me to continue planting. So I'm going to take another quick break. See you in a little. So as I said, I keep getting rained out, so I decided to check the weather because there's something I forgot. And we have a tropical depression coming over the area, so we're probably going to get rain most of the day, which is good. So I am literally running out in between showers to get stuff done and to collect more water. So so far I've not done too bad with what I've been planting. Let's just have a quick look at that. So I potted the rapini, so I put a couple extra seeds and some rapini in there. It's a little bit like broccoli apparently, but not as big as broccoli, so I'm looking forward to that. I'd already planted those seedlings out. I planted some crook neck squash. I'm going to try that again, so in a container. Also planted out some zucchini, going to try that again. And then what's waiting to go into the ground is my broccoli seedlings. I've been a bit late with my broccoli, but I'm going to put these seedlings in and see what happens. It's just the right weather for it. So I've just planted three, it's all I had left, 3 broccoli seedlings. I'm going to cover them over with some protective row cover and a frame, just to give them a head start while they grow and to save them from critters and stuff. So we'll see what that looks like at the end. So there we go, I've covered it over. It's got some row cover on it. I couldn't remember the name. Now it's got row cover and a bit of a cage. And that will stay on for a few weeks, just to get big, and I'll find some other way of protecting them from the bugs and stuff what's going on. But that should give them a good start, and the rain we've had will really help. So I planted most of the seedlings that come up, but these are the ones that are coming. So I've got some cabbage, some bok choy, some more cabbage, and I have some more okra seeds. And here I have the little tomato nursery, which I haven't done brilliantly. It'll look a bit flooded, so I need to do that. But I've got some new tomatoes coming up for the cooler season. And those of you who've been following me, this is what happened with the celery. So it's coming on really well. It looks a little, we're going to have to have a quick check of that. The onions, however, again, another nemesis, haven't done so well. I've lost a lot of the onion seedlings I put in. Don't know why, but I'll have a check of that again and try. Again, as I said, it's a game of trial and error. And I'm also growing a row of carrots just there. Again, it's my second time growing carrots. I had great carrot tops last time I did it, but little weeny pinky finger carrots. Not even pinky finger, it was just the tip of the pinky finger. So I'm going to try again this year. So these are my carrots. So all the planting has been done for now. We've got some much welcome rain, which will really help things take off. So all we need to wait for now is Mother Nature take its course. So don't forget, if you've enjoyed the video, subscribe, rate, review, press the like button. And until next time, we'll see you in the garden. Mad hair and all. Take care.